Cochin. Does Cochin lie north of Saigon or not? Or south of Saigon? So mapping that reference latitude and the positioning of spaces and places and shapes is important. All right? In this, the criticality amongst our neighbors of Indonesia is maximum. In the NMF, we tell every batch of every researchers, if you meet an Indonesian, just say you'll marry him. You worry about his gender after that. They are that important to us. They sit astride every single choke point that connects the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Don't look at me, look at the map. This is Indonesia. Every one of the four straits, Malacca, Sunda, Bangka, Lombok, Makassar, Hombai, Wetar, they'll come twice again for importance of Indonesia. What can we say about Indonesia? Tell me. One is what I've just said. What else? Why is Indonesia important? Which is the world's largest Muslim population? So you have got the classic responses of Indian students. If I ask you this question, you know the answer, but you cannot connect this answer to anything else, because that's another question. So which country has the second largest Muslim population on the planet? No? Bangladesh. Which has the third largest? India. So if India and Indonesia can sing from the same sheet of music, then no one can play the Muslim card against us. The Islamic card cannot be played. This is a really important feature. And it indicates one of the more important of the reasons that India and Indonesia must develop excellent ties. We are far from developing excellent ties, because we are stuck in the military thing that Indonesia in 1965 decided that they laid claim to some of the Nicobar Islands, so we can't put that baggage down. The fact that a country might well support Pakistan is not relevant to you. The country must be made to wean away from Pakistan, wean itself away from Pakistan. And for that to happen, you can't say katti to the country. In short, there are no zero-sum games in international politics. Large nations cannot sulk. India can't say it's my ball, I'm going home. But India does this all the time. And as a result, the military is expected to do all this, unfortunately. But that the foreign policy establishment should do this is idiotic. So we stop talking to some country, like we stop being friends with the European Union because the European Union is talking to Pakistan or giving arms to Pakistan. What should be our approach? Our approach ought to be that we are more charming, more important, more seductive than Pakistan. But by saying katti, little is achieved. And by the time you grow to be about 6 years of age, you should have figured this part out. Indonesia's criticality lies on the third count, that Indonesia is the largest supplier of coal to India. Energy, geopolitical access, religion, all of it. Finally, India and Australia, if we want to be communicating with one another, then India and Australia are like, yesterday I told you about two kids with a Pepsi bottle, Pepsi can. This is two kids. Before you were born, there used to be a way of using, kids used telephones. They had a string and can telephone. You cut one can, you attach it to a string, and the other guy is far away, and you lean on the string, and then you can talk and he can hear you. This was string and can telephone. It wasn't produced by Amazon, so therefore it may not be known to you. But if it is known to you vaguely also, then Australia is one kid with one can, and India is the other kid with the other can. But the string is Indonesia. So if we cannot keep Indonesia taut and coffee, we cannot keep it taut, then India and Australia have less chance of effective communication. Then we have a proximate maritime neighborhood, which is as the name implies. Proximate is generally differentiated from distant or distal. Here you have another 34 countries which we have added to the list. And if you look at the map, this is our proximate.